Roxy.
And I'm Paris.
And if you're new to our channel, we are so happy to have you here. And if you've always been here, then welcome back. So in today's episode of Hashtag How to Adult, we'll be sharing with you 10 ways to simplify your life, because as you know, adulting can be super hard, super confusing, super overwhelming, but we have 10 ways that you can simplify your life and keep everything under control.
So these aren't hard at all. They're just little things that you can do in your everyday life, and you'll see how your life will transform from that complicated adult life to just a really simple, easygoing one. So before we begin, don't forget, if you enjoyed this video or if you just want to see more of us, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. That is the big red rectangular looking button, so you wouldn't miss any of the videos that we have in store for you.
And you'll be alerted to whenever we post a new video. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into these ways on how to simplify your life.
So tip number 1 is to simplify your surroundings. So you don't want to be living a life where there's just clutter all around you and you can't just focus on anything because you just have so much stuff. So you really just need to take that time to declutter your room, your desk at work, your desk in school, just anywhere where you exist as a person. You want it to be simple and neat. So we suggest throwing away or donating anything that you don't want. So this can be your clothes, any technology that you have that you just don't want to use anymore, books, clutter, things that you've been hoarding for a really long time, like 10 years ago. I think it's time to get rid of those things, declutter your life, your space, your surroundings, and you'll be able to lead a simple, productive life.
Tip number 2 on how to simplify your life is to actually practice a no-buy month. So if you don't know what a no-buy month is, exactly what it says. You don't buy anything in that month. You basically prepare for a no-buy month, and then during that month you use what you have and only what you have. You just don't spend any unnecessary money at all. So maybe you're not going to buy any clothes, or you're not going to buy any food, even items that you really don't need but will just add clutter to your life. You're just going to be trying to live very simply with what you have. So an example of this is that if you really like coffee and you really like that Starbucks, you know, all of you guys who like Starbucks, instead of going to buy Starbucks every single day, just buy your own coffee and maybe make your own coffee right at home. Or maybe make your salad at home instead of buying expensive salads, because believe it or not, all these little things may not seem like much when you buy it, but when you add up how much you spend,
it's a lot.
Yeah, at the end of a month, it's ridiculous that you could use that money to do something more fun, like travel instead of all of it going on coffee or salad or food or accessories or things that you really don't need. So that is a really great way to simplify your life, because instead of hoarding unnecessary things or just adding unnecessary things to your life, you just keep it simple and uncomplicated.
So another way that you can easily simplify your life is to just focus on one task at a time. So yes, multitasking is great, but what you really need to do as an adult is to prioritize everything that you have to do and give 100% to the task that you have at hand, and that way you'll be so much more productive. So don't try to split the percentage of your time up in 10 different things, and at the end of it you don't see any goals or you don't see anything done. So prioritize as an adult, focus on exactly what you need to do at that point in time, and your life will get so much more simple. It will not be a complicated mess of not knowing what to do, and where to do it, how to do it, you know. So just focus on one thing at a time.
So tip number 4 on how to simplify your life is to just spend time with yourself. You don't always have to be going or doing. Have some quiet time, because your mental health is so important. You can't get anything done if you don't feel good on the inside, if you don't feel good as a person. So make sure and put that as a priority. Make sure and keep that time for yourself, and just meditate or garden or do a hobby or do something. You can even put on a mask, read an inspirational book, just do something for you, because having that time away from the hustle and bustle of life can really help you simplify your thoughts and refocus all of your energy on things that actually do matter.
So another way to simplify your life is to not procrastinate. So we all know that we love to put things off. I know for me, when I get a task, I'm just like, oh, I'll do it next week. And when next week comes, you have 10 more new things added to the list. Did you ever feel like that?
Yeah.
So what you need to do as an adult is to not procrastinate at all. And like we mentioned in a previous tip, is to prioritize everything you have to do. So even if you can't do the entire task at that point in time, instead of putting it off, spend at least 5 or 10 minutes on it. You can plan for it, prep for it. Just don't put the entire thing off for the next week, because that is going to cause you a lot of trouble and stress, and your life will definitely not be simple at that point in time.
Yeah. The next tip is to actually simplify your life by learning to say no. And sometimes you can overcommit because you just want to be a people pleaser. You just want to say yes to everyone. But when you do that, you can get so much complications arising in your life. You can get like overcommitments, you can get clashes, you may not be able to have time for yourself or other important relationships in your life because you're so busy trying to please everyone.
And chances are, if you keep saying yes to these people, they will keep asking you over and over and over because you never said no, I need to take this time for myself. So they will just basically walk all over you. So you really need to learn when to say no and how to say no.
Yes, because if you can't help them, that can complicate your relationship with them. It can complicate so many other things in your life. So just learn to say no and really only say yes when it's absolutely essential or important things that you have to get done.
So another thing you want to do to simplify your life is to wake up early. And I know a lot of you are like, I'm not a morning person, but chances are if you have a morning routine and if you take that time to get up earlier, you will avoid the hustle and bustle of the morning and the rush. And if you get up late, we all know how frantic that can be.
Oh my God.
Your entire day is completely thrown off. So what you want to do is to plan ahead, set your alarms, get a good night's rest, and wake up early to just get all the things you need to do in your adult life. So we actually have a video on how to go to sleep early, how to get a good night's sleep. So we'll link that in down below and somewhere above so you can check it out and see all the sleeping hacks that we have.
Yeah, because by doing this and implementing that morning routine in your life, it can really help you be less stressed and feel like if you're all over the place. The next tip that we have to simplify your life is to actually do a digital declutter. So we know in the beginning we talked about decluttering your space around you and getting rid of anything excess, but sometimes we forget about our technology. Like, do you need 50 apps on your phone? Do you need 100 tabs on your computer? And I'm so guilty of that. I have my desktop is always a mess, but all of those things kind of complicate your mind. It kind of makes you restless because you can't focus on one thing because you have like a million things on. So you can actually like spend like 5 minutes to delete some of the apps that you have, unsubscribe from those junk emails that literally
keep spamming you
all
every single
the time.
day.
Yeah, get rid of those things, and that digital decluttering can really help to simplify so much more things, because when you go on your phone or you go on your computer, you check your email, you won't be clogged or bombarded with like 50 unnecessary things.
So one of the best ways that we've found that can really simplify our lives literally in an instant is to practice living in the present moment. So yes, the moment that you are watching us right now on your screen, live in this present moment. So if you have anything you're frustrated about that happened in the past or worried about that is gonna happen or you think is gonna happen in the future, just get rid of all of those thoughts, because right now you are living in this moment. Those things happened already, those things are yet to come. There is no way that you can change this at all. So focus on what you're doing at hand, live in the present moment, and this is truly going to simplify your life.
So if you're listening to somebody, listen to them. Don't be on your phone, or if you're watching a show, watch that show instead of like being on your computer or anything like that. You know, just focus on what you're doing right now and you'll realize how much simpler your thoughts are.
And if you're having fun in the moment but you're worried about what you have to do the next day, that is gonna kill the fun completely. All you have to do is just block that out and say, you know what, I'm having fun, I'm having a good time, let me not worry about any expectations of the future or anything like that, and you're gonna live a simple adult life. Trust us on this one.
So the last tip that we have on how to live a simple life is to actually avoid drama and unnecessary distractions. So drama can be in the form of people, and you just don't need that complication in your life at all. You don't have to constantly hear about negativity from other people, because that's just gonna dampen your energy, dampen your vibe. And distractions could be like watching TV or being on social media very mindlessly, and that is very important to be aware of, because some things literally suck the time out of your life. You may not realize how much time you're checking your social media or how much time you're just watching Netflix. Give yourself time limits so that you won't get sucked in to all of that time wasting. And the reason this helps to simplify your life is because you actually will realize how much more time you have to do everything else instead of just being like sucked away. So there you have it. Those were our 10 tips on how you can simplify your life.
So let us know if you're enjoying our hashtag How to Adult series, and if you have anything that you want to see added to the series, just comment down. We got you. We will do that video for you.
Don't forget to thumbs it up if you want to see more, and hit that red subscribe button so you won't miss any of our amazing content.
And don't forget to check out our last video so you will see what we did in our last video.
Yeah, so thank you so very much for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye! Mwah.